back, SciTech, and welcome back to part 2 of 4 of the DIY arcade cabinet. If you haven't seen the first video, click on the annotation card above to redirect you to the first video. Otherwise, continue watching. And in this video, what I'm going to do is show you step by step on how I designed and built the frame for the LCD to fit inside and how I installed the LCD. Now, let's go ahead and assemble this part of the project and let's get started. And as you can see, the screw right here marks the center of the housing for the controller board for the speakers, which means placing it right here, following the line that I made on this MDF board, allows me to take a ruler, place it right here, follow it, and make a line going right through the middle, allows me to align everything more centered. Doing this allows me to be able to figure out where I need to put the screws to screw down the housing, so that way the speakers and the housing can fit together properly, and everything can be properly centered. Next, what I'm going to do is take a marker and trace around the speakers, so that way I know the exact position, and that way everything is properly even, so that way I know where to make a cut, so that way I can take the speakers and put them inside the housing. Take some measurements and measure the diameter of the speaker. And you can see the speaker measures at 65 millimeters, or 6.5 centimeters. Changing it to imperial, and you can see it's 2.5 inches. And now what I need to do is calculate half of 65 millimeters. And as you can see, it measures at 32.5 millimeters. That is my radius. So now I'm going to take my compass and measure out the radius. And there we go, my radius is now measured. Next, I'm going to take a measurement of the speaker, and you can see it measures at 8 centimeters. So therefore, 4 centimeters will be the center. And I'll take a compass and draw out a circle. And I'll repeat the same process with the little speaker, and there, she'll look just like this. Next, I'm going to take the stepper drill, and as you can see, the diameter of the stepper drill is the same diameter of the smaller speaker. The larger holes are going to be more difficult since I don't have the right drill bit, so what I need to do is cut it with a jigsaw. And I'll repeat the same measurements on the opposite side. And there we go, she'll look just like this. Next, I'm going to take this backboard, and this will be the back part of the housing, and as you can see, the measurement of this backboard is not the same as the front board, so what I need to do is cut the board to make it even. And now, since I don't have any clamps, I'm going to have to use this tape to tape it together. Doing this is an alternative to clamps. And now, I'm going to go ahead and take the jigsaw and cut off the excess, so that way both boards are even. And then sandpaper it to make it nice and smooth, and more even. And there we go, everything is now positioned. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the tape and tape it together. And there, it is now taped together. Now the boards will not move, and I can go ahead and take the jigsaw and cut the excess. And there we go, it is now even. Next, I'm going to take the sandpaper and smooth it out. Doing this also helps to make it more even. Next, I'm going to take some more tape and wrap it around so that way it clamps together, because the top and bottom is now even, but the sides are not even. So that way I need to go ahead and smooth the sides, cut them, and sand them, so that way everything is more even. And now go ahead and cut the sides. And there, the sides are now nice and even. Next, I'm going to take a permanent marker and make some lines on all the sides. Doing this will allow me to line everything properly. Next, what I need to do that's very important, I need to be able to identify what the inside of the boards are, so that way I can be able to house it properly, and that way it's nice and even. Otherwise, if I don't do this, and I put the board in by mistake, it will go in backwards, and then everything won't be even. What I'm going to do is write in on the inside of both boards. Next, what I'm going to do is take a drill and drill a hole to make a pilot hole, so that way I can take the jigsaw and place it inside the hole so I can cut out the circle. Next, I'm going to take the stepper drill and drill out the holes for the small speakers. Next, take a file to make it a little bit bigger and more even. Next, take the jigsaw and cut off the circles. Carefully. Since there are some imperfections, I'm going to take the file and make it more perfect. And now repeat the same process 3 more times. And there, she'll look just like this. Next, take a drill and make another pilot hole, so that way I could be able to cut out the board for the monitor. Make a couple pilot holes to make it easier. And there, now this board is now removed, and now I can place the LCD inside. Before I do that, I want to be able to cut out this part for the motion Wii bar. Drill out a pilot hole. Place the jigsaw in. And now cut out the place for the Wii bar. Take some sandpaper to make it more smooth and more even. Next, I'm going to take the board that is for the back part of the housing, put it there, and I'll take the front frame of the housing and put it on top, align the in with the in. Next, put the LCD and put it into place, and as you can see, it doesn't fit. So now what I need to do is sand out the side so that way the LCD can fit into place. Next, what I'm going to do is take some tape and put it on the front part of the frame and then put it on the edges of the LCD so that way I can put the LCD into place and put glue around it, and doing this will allow the glue to stay in place and it doesn't come out and stick on everything. And there we go, all 4 edges are now secured. Flip over the frame. And now take the LCD and put it into the frame. Remove the plastic since it's no longer needed. And this is another reason why I have the backboard put into place. Doing this will hold everything more evenly and still protect the LCD. And there we go, put the LCD into place. Press it down, and as you can see, there are some gaps in between the LCD and the board. Reason for that is so that way I can put the glue in place. And now take the Wii motion bar and put it into place. And I'll take some really strong glue and put it all the way around the edges of the LCD. And now wait 24 hours for the glue to solidify and cure. And 24 hours later, the glue expanded, is cured, and now solidified. And now the LCD is held into place. Now let's go ahead and take a look and see how it looks. Lift it up carefully. And as you can see, the LCD stayed in place, and using the tape allowed the glue to stay in place, and the glue did not come out everywhere. And as you can see, the glue stayed in place. Except over here, which is not very good. That's because it wasn't very even, and I might have put too much glue on that one part, but the tape still prevented the glue from coming out and sticking to the other board. And there you have it. This concludes part 2 of 4. Wait till next week for part 3, or click on the annotation card above to be able to see part 3. And what I'm going to do in part 3 is install the speakers and build the housing and paint the housing. Thank you for watching SciTi Tech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified of future SciTi Tech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.